Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and today we are again coming to you from MainStreet BookEnds, home to the Jim Mitchell Community Park, which serves as a magnet for the gifts, talents, and resources that the people of Warner and surrounding areas have to give. The park stands as a daily reminder to us to move respectfully, with humor and grace towards others, and to do always that. Something wonderful is happening in Warner. Today, Shannon MacMichael will give us a rundown of the 2023 Newport Winter Carnival. Bret Ingold of a new Community Land Trust will join me to tell me of their mission. Mavor will give us a preview of the 2023 Newport Dancing with the Stars. And I'll close with our host, MainStreet Warner President Neil Nevins, to hear of their ongoing activities and future plans. But first, a few words from the good folks that make your Yankee Chronicle possible. Please don't socially distance yourselves from these businesses because they are an important part of our community's economic health.
NCTV programs are underwritten in part by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating Oil, Propane, and Motor Fuels, with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning, and backup generators. Their friendly, highly trained, and certified staff is available to assist you throughout the process. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer in New London since 1997, and much further back as the Country Press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. LaValle Building Supply, serving homeowners and contractors since 1962. Whether you're an experienced builder or simply a do-it-yourselfer, you'll find what you need at LaValle Building Supply. Barton Insurance Agency provides local access to all your business and personal insurance needs, from auto, home, life, to business liability and related needs. Experience the hometown difference of Barton Insurance Agency. Baba's Bar and Grill on Newberry Harbor, for great land fare, seafood, sandwiches, and Baba's award-winning chowder. You won't be disappointed. They're having a lot of fun at Baba's Bar and Grill. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown newspaper covering the Kearsarge, Sunapee, and Sunshine region of New Hampshire. Online and in print, the Innertown Record. MainStreet BookEnds in Warner, an independent bookstore providing books, toys, games, cards, and gifts. With a gallery showcasing local arts and artists, MainStreet BookEnds in Warner. And North Cape Design Build. Thank all our underwriters for making your local programming possible on NCTV.
The American Red Cross blood supply is at historically low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation. Hospitals and patients are counting on donors to get the blood they need. Make a life-saving appointment today. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge, Sunapee, Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
Welcome back. I'm Abby Peel, your host of Yankee Chronicle. After a couple of abbreviated versions of the Newport Winter Carnival, they are back in full swing. Tell us more, Shannon.
Thanks, Abby. Joining me here today is PJ Lovely, the Newport Recreation Director. Hi.
Hello, Shannon. Great to be here.
Aloha from Newport.
Aloha.
We are so excited for the 107th Newport Winter Carnival coming up on February 8th to the 12th, right here in the Sunshine Town.
Right here, downtown Newport, really right on the commons where most of the activities partake. It's going to be an awesome weekend.
Exactly. So this is the country's oldest continuous Winter Carnival, and it does not disappoint.
Yeah.
What do we have going on this year, PJ?
So we're starting kicking things off at the courthouse with a nice dinner. So we got a nice dinner to start everything up. That's on Tuesday, the 7th. And then the real kickoff is Wednesday, the 8th. We're going to have opening ceremonies right here on the Little Common, where they will light the torch. We'll have a luau, bonfire, tiki torches, bongos, everything.
Yes!
It's going to be awesome.
It will be the place to be the whole week. It's crazy.
The whole week. So
And then the list goes on and on. We've got the Queen's Pageant on Friday. We've got a midnight dance party here on the Common. Hopefully ice skating if the weather permits, which it looks like it might.
yeah, well, as of today, it looks like it's going to be on our favor.
Exactly. And then Saturday, what do we have going on Saturday?
Saturday is common. Everything on the Common. We start with a breakfast at the Stone Church, and then we work into a parade. We have a belly flop contest. Are you in?
So excited, yes.
All right.
I'm definitely in. We have the Chamber is doing a mac and cheese challenge right here on the Common. There are ice sculptures. So the great part about this is that every organization in Newport comes together to do something, along with the Aloha from Newport theme. So it's just incredible to watch the organizations, the businesses, the community members, come out with this community spirit. It's really second to none.
Yeah, we're lucky. We're lucky to have all the organizations and the volunteers. We're going to have the school out here doing some Woodsman Challenge. We're going to have, like I said, we're going to have the belly flop competition, horse and wagon rides, skating. We have an Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
Which is really, I think it's the turtle egg hunt.
It might not be eggs this year, right? With the prices.
Yeah, that's right.
But yes, just so much going on. Then on Sunday, the Moose Club gets involved with their murder mystery dinner. The list goes on and on. For the schedules, you can check out the Chamber's website, newportnhchamber.org. And it will also be listed on Newport Recreation's website.
Yep, www.newportrec.com. You can find the schedule there as well.
So just amazing. We hope you guys can all make it and come enjoy Newport and see what this town has to offer.
Can't wait to see you. Aloha!
Aloha!
Mark your calendars. When we return, I'll be joined by Bret Ingold, one of the board members of the new Community Land Trust. We'll learn how a land trust works and how you can be involved. But first, a thought about our program, Trust, by one of the folks that support it and your Yankee Chronicle. Stay safe, everyone.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded.
So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and backup generators. Their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host this week, Abby Peel, coming to you from MainStreet BookEnds here in Warner. Come check them out and say hi to Catherine and the gang. I'm now joined by Bret Ingold. He's the Vice President of the Board of the Kawasiwajo Community Land Trust, and it's a new organization. We're excited to hear about it. Hi, Bret.
Hello.
First of all, I get a little credit that I remembered how to pronounce
You
that
did
name.
very well,
That is impressive. When I saw it on the lineup, I said, okay, I can handle all these interviews. I'm most nervous about that one word.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
It is a bit of a tongue twister. First of all, tell us about this new land trust that you have started.
Sure. So it's a community land trust.
I love it.
Which is a little different than a traditional conservation land trust.
Okay.
In that we're focused more on housing.
Great.
And land access and how that relates to local agriculture, forestry, local economy,
Yep.
and creating equitable, just kind of housing for future generations and current generations.
And when you say land trust, is it just in Warner? Is it cover multiple towns?
Right now, our kind of pilot project and most of our work has been focused in Warner, but certainly the scope of the organization is the whole Kearsarge region.
Amazing. And the word Kawasiwajo, what does that mean?
Yeah, so part of our steering committee, as we were kind of brainstorming and coming up with this new organization, part of our steering committee was Abenaki, local Abenaki.
Oh.
And through working with them, we learned that the original name for Kearsarge is Kawasiwajo.
No way.
Yep. So we, in speaking with them and bringing light and awareness to that original name, we decided to use that for the organization.
My new hope for 2023 was to learn one piece of new information every single day.
There you
and
go.
on day 5, I have learned that Kearsarge was originally Kawasiwajo.
I know, it's pretty neat, huh?
I can't wait to be driving down the mountain or the road and tell somebody that fact. So moving forward, what is some of the early work that you're doing as this committee?
Sure. Yeah. So today we've kind of created the vision and mission, was kind of the first work, creating a board.
Yep.
We're working through the 501c, the nonprofit designation process. We also created a website.
That's exciting.
And our biggest project to date is we were working with a local landowner, and we took this old late 1700s, early 1800s farmhouse that was pretty delinquent and abandoned, and we helped restore it. And just this past November, got the first tenants back in there in about 12 years or so.
Exciting.
Yep. So right now we're renting, kind of managing, the organization is managing that property as a rental for some young farmers. And but we're working with a landowner and going to begin a fundraising campaign to actually purchase that property.
That's fantastic, and I think we all know that there's overall a housing shortage in our greater region and state, so that's fantastic to hear. What are some of, is that the mission moving forward, is to kind of help preserve some of these, not only land, but also maybe some homes that you can help renovate? Community Land Trust has a whole kind of bucket of tools that they can use to create housing, including taking old housing, perhaps turning some of them into multifamilies to create more units, or just restoring them. Also potentially creating new housing in cluster developments, or workforce housing, apartments. All of it with the kind of the idea of making it accessible and equitable. For someone watching, which we hope there are a lot of people that are watching and saying, this is something I want to be a part of or learn more information about, are there different things that people can do to help out with your organization?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I would start with just visiting the website.
Great place to
kind
start.
of learn about the organization. There is a board of directors made up of both leasees and tenants and property owners, and community members, and then specialists kind of in their field. So, as we grow, there will be spots on the board to fill.
Sure.
There's certainly a lot of volunteer projects and kind of educational opportunities that people could get involved with. And, a big thing is there is such great need for housing that we are hoping that this property will be the first of many properties in a portfolio of properties that we can steward and manage. So, get engaged with us in that way. We certainly are accepting donations of property. Or just donations to help build the effort.
Sure.
Yeah.
It sounds like this property that you renovated is going to be a good first poster child for all the things that you hope to do in the future. So how great that you have something that you can show that's tangible and say, here's what we've done, and help come be a part of it.
Right, exactly.
Well, Bret Ingold, it's so great to hear about this great organization. I think it's fantastic, and I think more towns should jump on board and either join forces with you or start their own, and let's get some housing. When we return, Megan Mavor will give us a preview of this year's Newport Dancing with the Stars. But first, let's dance with one of the good businesses that make this show possible.
Can I go to the sleepover?
I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. A staple of entertainment in our region for years has been the various versions of Dancing with the Stars. Let's hear about the granddaddy of them all. Tell us about it, Megan.
Dancing with the Newport Stars this year is at the Newport Opera House on January 27th and 28th at 7 o'clock. Tickets are on sale. You can go to the Newport Opera House Association website and click on the link to get your tickets. They're going fast. We just got a report on them, so they're going fast, so get them soon. The pros are actual students of the Newport Ballroom that have volunteered to do it and in some case coerced to do it. And the stars are selected by the Chamber of Commerce, Newport Area Chamber of Commerce, and they're invited. At that point, we do a meet and greet, and everybody meets their star and their pro. And at that point, I have not selected dances. I have them fill out a questionnaire just asking about their likes and wants, and all kinds of kind of silly questions are in there as well to kind of get to know some of their personality. And once they've been paired up, then I select a dance after going through all of that. I try and keep everything as much within their personality as possible, but still get them out of their comfort zone, which I guess if you've never been up on stage, you're out of your comfort zone to begin anyway. So, and then I go in and I give all of the couples the first half of their routine, and they have a few weeks to try and work that without me, and then I go back in and I give them the next half, and I check in on them periodically as they're developing, and they come to me with a lot of questions that I'm happy to answer, and then just kind of work on some styling and technique and really just presentation, because it's really just about putting on a show and having a good time and raising money for the Newport Opera House Association and for the Chamber. So with regards to each dance, I communicate what the dance represents and what the story of the dance and the history of the dance is, and then we talk about technically what, it could be something regarding rhythm, if there's bounce in the dance, if there's upper body frame is very important, and how we work through that. I have connection is a huge piece, and it's not just about the choreography, it's actually that's the least important thing. The most important thing is holding your frame, keeping the rhythm, and really working through that and working through timing with them. They come in, and the other thing we do at the meet and greet is we actually have them get up and dance with their partner, and I teach them a couple of things very quickly just to kind of see what I'm dealing with, so I know going into it, and we film it, just so I can kind of go back and say, okay, this is where we're going to struggle here, and this is where our strengths are, and try and really capitalize on those things. They walk in scared to walk to the beat of music. It's very strange when you turn on, people can walk up and down the street with a great amount of ease, and then you have them do it to music and they almost trip over themselves quite often. So just kind of working through that, and each one is very, very different, vastly different. Some people pick up straight away and you think, oh, I could have given them something much more difficult, and some struggle a little bit more. So after Act 1 is complete, they go over, there's voting tables, and they drop their ballot in the box where they want, and then the chamber during the intermission and during the Act 2 is actually counting the votes while we're running Act 2, which is just performances. No competition there. Again, the Dancing with the Newport Stars this year is at the Newport Opera House on January 27th and 28th at 7 o'clock. You can get your tickets on the Newport Opera House website. Just click on the link. Tickets are going fast. We'd love for you guys to come down and support your friends and your family and your community, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Put on your dancing views and mark your calendars. This will be fun. When we return, I'll be joined by Neil Nevins, the board president of MainStreet Warner, to hear about their mission and future plans. But first, our mission is to secure our show for its future. Please stay with us.
We are strong and we'll get through this together, but these are stressful times. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, and know that you are not alone. Visit wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This program is supported by MainStreet BookEnds of Warner for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. MainStreet BookEnds of Warner.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from in the gallery at Main Street BookEnds here in Warner on Main Street, just as the title tells you. I'm now joined by Neil Nevins, who's one of the co-founders of Main Street Warner. Hi, Neil.
Good morning.
I'm excited to hear all about what this is, and as you said, there's a lot of main streets being talked about here, but this is really an organization that you co-founded to preserve and have the history of Main Street. Tell us about it.
Yes, and I think the focus for the nonprofit, which we established in 2000, together with Catherine Nevins and Jim Mitchell, we wanted to have a continued focus on Main Street. Certainly in 2000, we were losing a lot of businesses on Main Street, and but I think over the years we've been able to maintain the vibrancy of Main Street. And so one of the motivating factors in starting the nonprofit in 2000 was to be able to extend the arts to the community of Warner and to the entire region, to give greater access to the arts right on Main Street. And so the nonprofit worked out of this gallery in the bookstore for a number of years. We started a Friday night on Main Street, so every Friday night for our first 10 years we had something going on here, whether it was a concert, an author event, or performance, a small theatrical performance. And so we knew that given the turnout and support of the community, we needed sort of a bigger space. And that led to us talking about creating a park around the bookstore. So with Jim's pushing us forward, the Main Street BookEnds turned the land over around the bookstore to the nonprofit.
Oh, interesting.
So that it would be preserved in the hands of Main Street Warner into perpetuity.
Amazing. And so you maintain it, and
so it's the responsibility of the nonprofit to maintain the park.
Love it.
Around the bookstore. And so Jim Mitchell, was really pushing forward. How do we turn this, what at the time was an overgrown lot, into a community park with an outdoor stage?
Sure.
So George Pelletieri from the Pelletieri Associates here in town got on board, and together Jim and George really moved forward on the design. Unfortunately, Jim died in 2008, and that's when the community really came together and said, we're going to build this park. We're going to help Jim achieve the dream that he had.
Amazing.
So that's why the park is really dedicated to Jim.
Sure.
Acknowledging Jim, the Jim Mitchell Community Park. And so we were able to open up the park in 2010. And followed a few years later, 2016, we formally opened up the outdoor stage.
Which is amazing.
Well, it's just a wonderful timber frame structure, thanks to the good work of Peter Ladd here in Warner, Robert Shoemaker, Charlie Betts, Taylor Blatchley, and others. They devoted nearly 2 years of their time to construct the timbers and then put them together.
Yeah, right.
So the park opened officially at the stage in 2016.
Amazing.
And we continue to have performances in the summer and throughout the summer and early fall. We've had hundreds of performances, thousands of people attending. And this is really, I think, one aspect of the reason why we have a Main Street.
Yes,
and a Main
agreed.
Street that continues to grow.
Yeah.
And so it's we have retail. We've got now a wonderful window restoration business in the old fire station. Restaurants, coffee house, other things.
Right.
But with the concerts and that being our focus here in the park, we are able to bring in people from all over the area.
Yes.
All over the area, and that's been wonderful. So in 2020, we were faced with a crisis.
Yes.
With the pandemic.
Yep.
We did not have concerts for 2 years.
Sure.
But this summer we reopened.
Love it.
And again, just the outpouring of support.
It's a perfect venue for outdoor social distancing too. So,
well,
yeah.
True. And so we're certainly pleased to be able to open back up, and just overflowing at the concerts.
Amazing.
And again, we want to highlight and feature local and regional.
Sure.
Bands, and and I think another aspect of what we were able to provide here in the park throughout the pandemic is that Simon's Elementary,
yes.
which is just up the street, really were able to use the park as their outdoor classroom.
Right.
We had some musical events, we had
right.
some concerts
right.
in the park, so the students and their families were able to come down
yeah.
and enjoy that.
And great for all ages.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to for this year at the park?
I think just a continuation. We did expand and open up sort of the last phase of the park in October of 2020, which was the anniversary of opening up the park.
Sure.
And we're sort of designating it as the children's park.
Oh, fantastic.
So we want to install, interactive components. We want to do more of an edible landscape.
Amazing.
And fruit trees, nut trees, medicinals, herbs.
Sure.
And, and that fits in, I think, to one aspect of our mission is that in addition to arts and education, we've really tried to focus on ecological living practices. The park is powered by the solar collectors here. We're 100% solar. We have a rainwater collection and irrigation system
Amazing.
that irrigates the park. And I think the component of an edible landscape will also offer opportunities for Simon's elementary students to come down and use this as sort of, again, their outdoor.
Right. Who knew that it would have so many options and things to use it with? I was going to say, don't sleep on Warner because there's so much happening here. I encourage everybody to check out your website and so they can follow along with a lot of this progress. That's it for this week from Warner. So many things going on in the Warner area. Tune in to our live basketball game of the week, Friday, January the 21st, as the Kearsarge boys travel to Newport with an air timing start of 6:54 p.m. All of our games are replayed on Sundays and Mondays at noon and 5 p.m. and anytime on demand at ycnnow.com. Check the program schedule at ycnnow.com for the most up-to-date information on games and replays. I'm Abby Peel. Tune in again next week at the same time for your Who, What, Where, and When show, Yankee Chronicle. Stay safe, everyone.